Hello girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have got the one job that all Alfa Romeo V6 owners truly fear and all mechanics truly hate to do. We have to replace the alternator on a 2.5 V6 Alfa Romeo 156. Now this customer has owned this car from new. It has been his baby, he's done every mile on it and it's over 100,000 going strong. So the alternator on this is in a terrible position. It's at the back of the engine. So it involves obviously wheels off, under tray off, subframe off, lower engine mount obviously, move the engine forward and unbolt the alternator, get it out, get it to the floor. We have a replacement already all set to go. Had the test results back. Everything's all good. It's a recon one because there's quite a headache when it comes to these particular alternators. There's different pulley sizes and this, that and the other. But anyway, this is going to be such a fun job to do. Also, need to take the exhaust off. We're replacing the exhaust on this as well because the flexi is rattling. There's something that rattles when it gets warm. So we're changing that as well. So lambada sensor's got to come off as well. Overall, this is going to be a job and a half. So let's stop moaning. Let's stop feeling sorry for ourselves because we've got to do the worst job ever on a V6. I would rather do cam belts. I'd rather do 3 V6 cam belts in a row than do this one job. But this is the hand we've been dealt. So let's do it. Let's get it on. Forgot to mention, before you do anything at all involving the electrical system, alternator, starter motor, anything like that, disconnect the battery, make sure that's off. Before you start touching anything, obviously give yourself some time. Like I've removed the wheels, got the under tray off, I load of mix and match bolts. So disconnect battery before you do anything. That is a big health and safety warning, people. You do not want a shocking experience. So once that's done, all good. Now, we're going to have to take the downpipe off, but like I say, we're replacing it anyway. It's got one lambada sensor at the top, but in the meantime, I'm going to first try and get them bolts out. Heat and lube will be my friend. That's tricky part number 1. And then it's going to be shock forks, drop links, lower arm, subframe, steering rack, center tunnel. Oh, this is going to be a good video. It's going to be an in-depth video, and I'm hoping that someone out there is going to appreciate this video for what it is. So let's go. And we are straight in with getting things nice and hot. Right, we are fast forwarding now. So we've got the front bit of the exhaust off. Luckily, no bolts snapped, so that's always a good day. Got the lambada sensor out already, 22mm on that. Now we have started to drop the tunnel so we can get access to these bolts because they go through the subframe. So this has to come down a bit and then we can get the subframe up and over. There's also 2 10mm here, and we've also removed the rack bolts, which I believe were 21mm. Yes, they were 21mm, checking it over. And obviously lower engine mount, 2 24s, 2 13s, and that's out of the way now. What I have spotted is a leaky power steering pipe, so we will deal with that because we will finally have good access to it, which is causing all of this leak here, which is annoying, but is what it is. It's an old car. Already removed the 19 lower shock bolt and loosened off the 21mm or 22mm lower arm bolts. So at this point, once I've got this fully clear, we're going to start removing the rack, because we need to get, you can't actually see where the alternator is. You'll see it soon enough, honestly. It's not my flavour of the month to do this, because I think we've got a tag team from underneath and in the arch at the same time. So with dropping this as well, forgot to mention, it's just a load of 13s that run all the way up here and all the way down here. At the moment, it's 4 13s. Got to remove the middle section of the heat shield to get to this one, just to give yourself a little bit more droop, so to speak. and then we'll be able to get the subframe off. One thing I need to remind you of, the catalytic converter, which is in good condition still. When you're doing this, put one hand here, because otherwise you undo it and then you nearly take an exhaust to the nose, as I just luckily missed, which is always nice. Right, we will continue to get this down, and before you know it, the subframe will be off. In preparation of getting this down, I've removed the lower arms from the hub. Undone hub nuts on both sides, which are 36 mils, and then just pulled it forward, angle on the dangle, it's come out on both sides. So now it is literally a case of undoing all the subframe and dropping it out. If I remember, I think there's a 10 mil there that you need to undo, which holds the two pipes on. Yes, that is definitely going to need to come out. So I'm not going to get to that until I get a little bit more room between the subframe and the engine. So I'll lower that down and get that out. But do remember that's there, otherwise that can indeed cause you some problems. Right, all the bolts are out of the subframe. Now remember I said about that 10 mil? It is there, and there's a power steering leak. So we're going to get that 10 mil off now. You can just about squeeze your hand to it in this position, so let's get it off. Oh, that was a bit of a bar stool, if I do say so myself. But the subframe is now down, and we can finally see the alternator. What a fantastic place that is indeed. Take the arch liner cover off, the last bit of it, or the inspection hatch, and drop the auxiliary belt and start undoing it. But this is just not fun. Just for reference, there's the oil filter as well, so you can see how much of a struggle it is just to do a service on the V6. Other than that, it's been all right. Not really encountered anything too bad, so we will continue. So, lower bolt, not a problem. Upper bolt, you need to support the engine and raise the engine up in order to slide the bolt up and over the chassis leg to actually get the top bolt out. Now, I'd forgotten to do something. You gotta take the drive shaft out to get that out. It's just never-ending story, I guess. But once the drive shaft is out, the alternator is just held on with the 13 power and exciter lead at the back. Quickly undo them when you've got decent access, and the alternator will be on the floor finally after the best part of about three and a half hours, I guess. Haha, look at all the room for activities. Now, I'm going to use two hands because these do weigh a fair chunk. But yeah, with this gone, you've got a nice little area for the alternator to give birth. So let's whip it out. Well, what we noticed is the clip that was here was allowing it to leak a little bit. You could actually move it around. So we've replaced the clip, preventative measure, because we're not going to be in that area for a while. So that should all be well and good. I still have the power steering leak to deal with as well. Shoehorn that in there. I haven't connected the leads at the back yet. I'm going to do that once I've got it in place. Okay, we are starting to cook. The annoying thing is my torch has gone flat. So the alternator is on. We're all tight at the back. Both 13s are tight. What I was saying about the top bolt, not that you can see it because I've got this belt on now, but yeah, you got to raise the engine up and get it above the chassis rail to slide the bolt in, and then just get it FT. So both are tight. The idler wheel is on tight, and the auxiliary belt is on, which is very tight. Now it's just a case of the big rebuild, which we're all looking forward to. That was really painful. It is in. I did need help from a friend of mine across the road to give me a hand putting it in, but the subframe is all in. Now it is the big, and that heat shield as well. I need to put the 10 mil in on this side before I forget. That has been new washers on there and all tightened up. So now it is just how fast can I rebuild an Alfa 156? And the answer is not very, because I'm knackered, but we'll carry on. Oh, the big rebuild has happened. These are the new downpipes going on. Got some new gaskets for them. We've got one original and two coppers, because these do like to blow the gaskets out a little bit. So we're going to replace nuts and bolts here, get this all buttoned up, get it on the floor, ready for an alignment tomorrow. Okay, so the battery, we have a new battery coming, so this isn't tightened down properly. We'll have a new Bosch S5 on there shortly. So now let's fire it up. We've checked everything, we are happy. No exhaust blows from the sound of it. So now let's check the voltage. Should have really set the tripod. I do have a tripod now, but oh, this is going to be difficult. 1 second. Haha. And we are looking at a very nice 14.3. Obviously it should be between 14.2 and 14.4. So this is looking very nice. Oh look, there's no time for anyone because someone else stands up. By the way, that is the MOT says for everyone, that is AGW. You'll be seeing him in a podcast with me and him very, very soon. We're back to the car, so we're still sitting at 14.3. I'm happy. We'll fit a new battery, we'll get the wheels on and we'll get it aligned up. The feeling of we are nearly there gets me every time. So just got to torque the wheels up. The battery has arrived, it is in the box on the floor. So we'll swap the battery, double check the voltage, make sure that we are happy, and then take it for a road test and get it on the alignment machine ready for tomorrow morning. Right, so we are back, new day. Look, I can use both hands. I'm actually using a stand. I finally got myself a stand. A tripod, whatever you want to call it. So, it was a new Varta battery that we put in. So now we're going to test the voltage to make sure all is well. Set the multimeter. And so let's say the magic number we're looking for is 14, anywhere between 14.2 and 14.4. 14.34, literally very, very happy with that. So now we're going to try a test under load. So we're going to turn everything on, aircon, lights, indicators, hazards, wipers, the whole lot. So this will simulate a test under full load. And there we go, 14.1. Really, really happy with that. Nice, strong voltage. That's exactly what you want to see. If under full load, you've got any, well, to be honest, even just running, if it's under 14 volts, prepare for failure. If you've got battery or an alternator failure, anything below 13 to 12, it's going to fail shortly. So, now that's all done and we're all good and happy, it is time to get it on the alignment machine. So we've taken it around the car park, just done some like figures of 8, just round in circles, just try and get the steering wheel to settle down. Now it is time for the alignment. It feels like it's going a little bit to the left, but like I say, because subframe and everything has come down, this definitely does need a wheel alignment because so much has been taken apart. There we go. So let's get a wheel alignment done. Okay, so we've got the alignment pretty good. Obviously camber is non-adjustable on these, so we can't do anything with it. But toe, front and rear, looking very good. Now let's see how that transmits onto the road when we take it for a drive. Oh, the Alfa is done. We've just checked fluids. Obviously we knew we had a power steering leak, so we've just took power steering fluid up. Coolant's on point, no problem at all with that. You don't know how good a 2.5 V6 is until you just take one out and just give it a bit of a blast in. The noise of the engine, fantastic. I literally love them. Which every time I work on an Alfa V6 makes me really want to get my 147 GTA back on the road. I'm going to be doing a video on my 147 GTA. Not that it's been seen for a while, but that is the sorry ass state of my own car because I haven't had time to do it. So now this 156 2.5 V6 is done. Of course, before I forget, if you like what we're doing, you like the cars and the way that we're repairing them, this, that and the other, please like, subscribe, jump on the channel, stick around because I'm liking making the videos, if I'm honest. We are going to have a lot of fun moving forward. We've got a few projects on the go. yeah, we're gonna enjoy this.